How is it going, everyone? It's your boy, Is33, on a sweltering hot Saturday, here to bring to you the taste of IPW. The road to the Showdown is now on a collision course towards the live event. We are into round number 4 tonight, and this is the sprinkling of the end of the line as we get 4 big bouts tonight. We'll kick off by revealing our opening matches of the evening. Firstly, it's CM Punk taking on Seth frickin' Rollins. That's a bout that's set to deliver from the get-go. After that, we travel to the Pink League, where Gunther will take on Jacob Fatu. That's going to be a hard-hitting affair, let me tell you. After that, Mercedes Moné takes on Rhea Bloody Ripley. And last but no means least, the Teal League in full swing as Natalya takes on Michelle McCool in an epic main event matchup. But before we get to them, we've got this opener, and it's a juicy one. Week 2 has been epic from the get-go, and tonight and tomorrow are great climaxes to the action. Let's get into the opening bout of the evening. This should, and I do mean should, go blow for blow as these two go toe-to-toe in St. Petersburg, as the revolutionary, the visionary, makes his way out to the arena first. Rollins, coming into tonight, has a bone to pick with Punk, as the Monday Night Messiah looks to get up to 6 points.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins!
Tuesday night, a week ago, Rollins was able to pick up his first trio of points against his faction friend, Braun Breaker. Tonight, he goes into battle, aiming to take several more against a man that's had a history with him ever since his return and on his exit from WWE. Harking back to the Shield days, Punk really has changed the tides, the scene, the setting in WWE, and now here in IPW, the unscripted, unpalpable, straight edge superstar brings a cult of personality to the underground. Tonight, we expect a war as the crowd firmly behind the voice of the voiceless, as it's clobbering time.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
Punk looking determined, ready to go here as the underground, a home for many a superstar, but Punk wanting to make it his own backyard. The division he's sat in has been difficult a count-out victory. The only points to his name against the Demon. And tonight, he's gonna go and try and take a several point more lead. He's got the potential to double it or even just go up to 5. And that is a very nice amount of points because he goes into the running for the 4th spot. As a crowd chants for NXT, we get underway. And Rollins comes flying through with the dropkick. Both these stars really looking to make an impact. Obviously, we saw Punk in the main event last night in a losing affair to Kenny Omega. Punk in his 2011's era look and feel could not hang with a modern day Kenny Omega, as the cleaner just swept the floor with him in a very solid performance. Friday night was an epic, action-filled evening of wrestling that we saw. And tonight, we've got the potential to have the same affair, as we've got several top-tier talent all competing against one another. Rollins and Punk kicking off the night, ending the night off with Natalya and McCool. A battle for supremacy in that Teal League. Just bear in mind, if we get talking about the Teal League right now, if Natalya wins, she goes up to 9 points, matching Fallon Henley and Michelle McCool. If McCool wins, she takes the front and firm control of that league until the potential chance for Henley to tie it up next week, I believe. Just checking my record. Yeah, Fallon's not fighting until Monday next week, or in 2 days. That's probably a better way to word it. Regardless of that, these two stars really battling for position as Punk forcing Rollins onto the ropes. Our referee Gregathy here tonight issuing a very solid rule set. Remember, it's not underground rules here on your Saturday and Sunday shows. It is pure wrestling at its finest. The underground is just the home of the action for tonight, as Punk comes through with a spinning gut kick. Rollins reciprocates with one of his own, and then a flurry of strikes follow suit. Punk bats away the dropkick to end Rollins' offense, but no. Rollins fights back, grabs Punk, gets him on his shoulders, and just slingshots him across that top rope. These two should be able to know each other really well, as the Anaconda Vice locked in. Punk trying to tap out Rollins. Referee in prime position to see a tap. It's not going to happen, as the knees come careening into the back of Punk. Rollins now Revolution knee connecting, sending Punk crawling to the corner. Punk is clever. He can get out of most things. He's perched on the top rope, fighting back, pushing Rollins off. Punk comes back down, tries to drop an elbow. Cannot connect. Instead, he gets Rollins on his shoulders. Up and down, the GTS connects. Punk falls into the cover. Rollins could be out. Nap time isn't for another few minutes, though, as Rollins stays alive in this match. Punk signaling maybe Rollins should have gone to sleep there. Isn't going to go for another GTS. Instead, it's a power slam to bring Rollins down to the mat once again. Punk goes running. Tries to connect with a Shining Wizard. Very AJ Lee-esque with that maneuver. But no, he's unable to connect. And now Rollins lighting him up. Sends him running. Punk ducks the lariat. Tries to go Exploder. Can't get it. Rollins grabs a hold of him. Punk out the back. Inverted. DDT comes through. A float over slip. And Rollins in the drop zone now. Punk up top. He's calling his shot. The high risk maneuver does not pay off. And Rollins gets a hold of Punk. Comes through with some big time boots that bust open the straight edge superstar. Rollins, I think, also tried to opt for a pedigree. Failed to connect as Punk grabbed a hold of the boot. Instead, Punk, oh no, it's nap time. He's gone to sleep. Rollins connects with it. And he's looking to upset Punk with his own move, but cannot do so. Utilizing his opponent's move to great success, but not enough to pick up the dub. Rollins caught again. Anaconda Vice locked in deep. Punk wrenching hard on it. Rollins not gonna tap. The knees return to the back of the spine of Punk. Punk staying relatively well in this match. Even after suffering a GTS, that sling blade from Rollins keeps the tempo going. Up top goes Seth. And he brings it down with a Phoenix Splash. Calling a shot here. Rollins lines up Punk. Punk catches him and gets him once again on his shoulders. Rollins out the back. Instead turns the ties. Double underhook. Pedigree. Plants Punk. And he size him up again. Curb stomp to hell. And the voice of the voiceless goes to no. He's still in it. But for how much longer? Rollins again with a curb stomp. Lights out. And finally, Punk goes to sleep. A brutal affair. Both men showing their fury. But only one walks out victorious as the crowd serenading the victor. Seth Rollins, after this GTS, could have gone to Night Night Town. Instead, he turns the tides on Punk and gets him into a GTS. Unexpected, but calculated. As here we see it again, the GTS coming through from Rollins. Boom, connecting. Falls into the cover. And Rollins from there was unstoppable. The Feeny off the top rope. Connecting with ease. It allowed for a pedigree and a couple of curb stomps to keep Punk down and out of this match. Great showing from Rollins, the former champ. Stepped up tonight and puts himself in a good spot in the Green League. 6 points to his name. Only 3 men sit in front of him.
Here is your winner, Seth freaking Rollins!
And Rollins happy with the action he did as he gets some well-deserved revenge over the cancer of WWE. A big victory for him as we move to our second bout of the evening. The Pink League in full display as Gunther goes one-on-one, toe-to-toe with Jacob Fatu. Just saying that out loud gives me goosebumps. As you've got two just epic stars battling one another. Only one, though, can walk away tonight victorious. As we keep on mentioning, every match counts as well. We'll get all the cliches out of there as soon as possible. Well, it's time for the bout to begin. Let's load in to the underground for the second time tonight. And welcome Jacob Fatu into the arena. As the fires burn, he's ready to make a stand against the ring general.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Both men enter this match 3 points apiece. Only one can go above the other. It's a battle for dominance. But what's more, there's more at stake as the winner enters the top 4, guaranteed. Currently, as it stands, this pink division has Roman Reigns, and that is it. On top, Shawn Michaels, Will Ospreay, and then Jon Moxley round out the top 4 as a whole. It's very close. And these two men want to get up there.
And his opponent, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther.
After tonight, both these men have 3 more bouts ahead of them. And they don't get any easier, let me tell you. As Gunther, he's going to be back. Well, Randy Orton versus Jacob next week. Gunther versus no one? It's versus no one because Roman Reigns is fighting twice. Which means that the following week, Gunther faces Will Ospreay. And Jacob Fatu fights Kurt Angle. And then our last week, Gunther versus Angle, Jacob versus Moxley. And then I'm presuming Gunther has another match somewhere, just not in my cards. I will have to find that. Regardless of that, let's focus in on this match and just how much these two really want to win. Because right now, we're seeing some very interesting things as roll-up gets reversed here. Both men jockeying for position. And the action will always be hard to keep up with. As Gunther missing, Jacob avoiding. Huh. I don't know how I've done this. Oh well, I need to look at something. Because right now, this division sees maybe duplicate matches. Who cares? I will have to look at that regardless. So, let's take a look at this bout right now. Fatu pushing, controlling Gunther as the ring general fighting back, sending Jacob to the outside. Oh. Yeah, I'm an idiot. That's why it didn't work. Give me. I am kind of looking at the results. I'm trying to just fix him. As you do. There. Oh no, that adds up to 7 anyway. Don't know how. As we look at this match, boom! Impaler DDT comes through from Jacob, sending Gunther to the mat. A kick out here. As these stars certainly showcasing their skill. A roll-up attempt. Not gonna come through. There's Jacob caught into the powerbomb position. Planted. Gunther looking for the victory. Not able to get it just yet. Just scraping that boot across the face. Here's Gunther. Huh, I'm wrong. Gunther has a match every week. Funny that. Anywho. Bye-bye. Sorry, I was looking at my records. It's weird. I thought I booked it wrong. Anywho, Gunther does have matches every week. As the big splash connects from the big man. The ring general setting up for 2. What's he looking for here? He's got him hooked up again. A second powerbomb stacks him tall. And Gunther not victorious just yet. He's putting in a lot of work here. But Jacob just keeps on defying him. A big knee dropping him. As the dogs start to bark, who cares? We got the Hound in the house. That's not until, well, Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's Tuesday. Bron Breakker in action. Anyway, Jacob lining up Gunther with the back elbow. Drops him. Now turns his attention with a big-time suplex. Changing the tempo. Tides are favorable for Fatu until this moment where Gunther fires back with a back elbow. Gunther into the pin, not the win just yet. Gunther grabs a hold of him, brings him into the corner and busts open the Samoan Werewolf. We saw a lot of blood out from Fatu already in this tournament. Gunther just applying more pressure, making it even worse for him. The wounds in a tournament like this don't get time to heal. He's going to be bruised up until the very end. And the battle is either won or lost. The stakes in this tournament can never be higher, as everything is falling into place. Gunther ramming Jacob into the barricade here, right in front of our camera. He's got the rear naked choke locked in. He's fallen back on the outside. A 6 count. Jacob's tapping. The 7. And Jacob's up to his feet almost immediately. Realizing he needs to get in. Runs the ring up to an 8 count. Both men breaking the count. A 9 count and a super kick. Serenading Gunther's jaw. Gunther caught. Pop-up Samoan drop from Jacob as he sends Gunther to the mat. Headbutts from the Samoan Werewolf, trying to apply the blood from his skull onto the side of Gunther's face. And he follows suit with more. The Samoan Werewolf turning the tides in his favor in this match as Gunther reciprocates with a headbutt. Tries to grab a hold of Jacob, cannot do so. Instead, it's Jacob up and down, impale a DDT. Planting Gunther center of the ring. Could this be it? The 2. So nearly the 3. Jacob needs to find something else, but Gunther's not going to allow it. The T-Rex dropkick misses as Jacob sends him running. Pop up, Samoan drop. And you can see Jacob feeling himself as he's got Gunther in the drop zone. Up top goes a flying Uso as he connects. Springboard BME. Best moonsault ever. But it's not the best result for Fatu. He's calling his shot. He's got Gunther set up. Irish whip. Pop up. Another Samoan drop. And for 2. Now he's calling for the end. The spear connects. Cutting in half Gunther. And he's really trying to bust him open. The blood trickling down Jacob's face. Still lingering. I'm amazed we don't see marks on Gunther's in terms of blood, sweat, and really just tears. The T-Rex dropkick connecting. And the knee following suit. Gunther getting back into this one. A powerbomb symphony has happened in this match. And Gunther does not take the dub just yet. A defiant Jacob Fatu being mocked and disrespected by the ring general. A slap symphony connecting from Gunther as the big boot is an exclamation point on that. He comes splashing down, and Jacob, his night should be over as Gunther disrespectfully ends it over the Samoan Werewolf. But he does not care because it's 3 points in the bank. And he is happy to take him by any means necessary. Both went to war, delivered impactful offense. But the Austrian comes out on top. The symphony of powerbombs leading to victory for Gunther. Jacob had his moments. The Impalers came in, but they weren't enough to bust open Gunther and beat the ring general. And finally, we see the finishing moments of this match. High octane, high elevation powerbomb, and then this splash to seal the deal. Gunther gets the job done here tonight.
Here is your winner, Gunther!
Joining the top 4 in the tournament. And the ring general, happy with his efforts, gets to walk towards the main event scene of the Showdown. More dominantly. But the action tonight is still nigh, as we've got our co-main event to get to. The Orange Division, or the Gold League, as it actually is called, on display as Rhea Bloody Ripley. She's in action against a woman who we know is just a belt collector, but she deserves all her flowers putting on a show. We spoke about her yesterday on the lead up to tonight. And well, Mercedes Moné, can she beat the Eradicator? It's CAO versus Brutality right here, right now. Live from the underground. Co-main event in Daytona Beach, Florida. As the lights dim for Rhea's arrival. All you need to do is look in my eyes, because it's do or die.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Ripley has been a menace in this tournament. 5 points to her name, but it's 2 big wins that matter. And tonight, the potential to go up to 8 and take control of the Gold League. 6 points is where our top stars are sitting. One of them stars that could also join that 6-point pool is Mercedes Moné. A win ties her up with Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax. Rhea, currently sitting in 4th, is here to try and stop that. Can the Eradicator do it? We will have to see.
And her opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, Mercedes May.
As the CEO's in the house. The lights flickering. The purple aura of her felt in the arena. And tonight she's got renewed passion. Her last outing in this tournament was against Mandy Rose in a winning affair. It was a very spectacular performance from her. Stunning Rose and then submitting her for the victory. Tonight, Moné really looking to repeat that performance against, I would say, a little bit more of a difficult opponent in Rhea Ripley. Both women graduates of NXT, as Moné flying out the gates early. Both very solid technical wrestlers. The power game favorable to Rhea as a fisherman buster. Oh my word. That was impressive from Moné. Comes out from the gate. Both, as we say, former NXT stars. Both former NXT champions. Rhea, the inaugural NXT UK champ, I believe. Moné, back when she was known as Sasha Banks, former women's champion, instant classic matches with Bayley during them days, as she now grew into this very dominant woman in AEW, picking up big victories there, a belt collector, as we say, New Japan Strong Women's Champion, CMLL Women's Champion as well. She collects the belts and keeps a hold of them, as that's a big time pile driver from Ripley. A big boot follows suit. But Moné back to her feet quickly to capitalize. Kitchen sink connecting. Ends Rhea to rethink on the outside. But rethinking's not what Mummy does, as she's caught, backdropped onto the side of the apron. Moné keeping the pressure on. Another fisherman buster on the outside. Electric chair position. Oh my word, the arms are trapped as well. Vicious impact with it, and both women laid out on the outside. Moné exhausted with just how much energy she had to burn there to lift Rhea up and drop her with that executioner's suplex. Electric chair suplex. This is an 8 count. Slowly will turn to a 9. RF Gregathy calling Rhea in. She breaks the count in the nick of time, and she's able to fight off Moné's advances. Moné avoids the shot, but can't avoid this one. Rhea brings her down on the knee. Now heads up top. Rhea connecting with a splash. Mommy Goes opting for that pin. A lot of damage was done there to Monet. But she's still feisty, still able to fight. As Rhea just cocky. The double buys and a stomp to follow it. Sizing up Mercedes here. An Irish whip. Drop kick follows it up. Monet forced to crawl to the corner. As Ripley watches on, tries to connect with a big boot, misses. Monet catches her, tries to grab hold of her. The big shot's missing until now. Ripley grabs her, tossing, reversing the pressure, putting Monet in the corner. Sends her down. Ripley. A big toss. So referee getting a good look of this. Let me tell you, he's perfect at what he does. Let's move the camera around to see Ripley just dancing around the body of Monet. Ripley catches Monet. Monet avoids the, I believe, the riptide. Instead goes for a cradle shock and connects. What's Monet thinking of here? Lining up Ripley. Grabs a hold of her. Backstabber. Rolls through. The bank statement coming through. But it's not going to be effective as the rope break gets called. Ref Gregathy in position for it. Realizes Ripley's in the ropes. It means this match rolls on still. As Ripley, feeling the pressure, manages to kick off Monet. Monet over the top, float over DDT, busting open Ripley. Blood trickling down the face of the Eradicator. This is the gutsy performance we expected out of Monet here tonight. She's taking it to Ripley. The action here on the outside continuing to be back and forth. As Monet starts to stomp onto Ripley, dropping the knee. Picks up Ripley, tries to send her into the ring. Instead, it's reversed. Ripley back in, just spearing Monet down to the mat. Mercedes and Rhea putting on a show. And Rhea comes through. The big boot this time connects in the corner. And this is a setup for the end. The gut kick. The gut wrench. The riptide. Pretzels her. And this is it. No. Monet kicking out at 2. Staying alive in this bout. The crowd enjoying it. But Ripley going to enjoy it even more. Fired up. Has Monet in her sights. She picks her up. Monet reverses it. Now she turns her attention to Ripley. Grabs a hold of her. Up. Down with the cradle shock. Plants her. 1, 2. No. Almost an upset. Monet still in it. Still fighting. The kick to the gut has Ripley hooked up for the Monet Maker. Plants her into the pin. Goes Monet. Mercedes trying to win. But Ripley says, nah, fam. And stays alive. I think Mercedes calling the shot again. Backstabber into the bank statement. Locked in deep. Ripley, will she tap here? She does. Mercedes Monet victorious. What a battle. Both gave it their all, but only one makes it into the top 4 cleanly, and it's not Rhea Bloody Ripley. That win streak snapped at the hands of Mercedes Moné here tonight. This is what we call a bankrupting moment, maybe, for Rhea. I thought after that Riptide, it was night-night Moné, but no. The last possible moment, Moné kicks out and ends the night of Ripley after a Moné maker. And then the bank statement. A great gutsy performance by both these women. But only one could walk away with a big victory. I thought Ripley had it in the bag, but that tap out
Here is your winner, Mercedes May.
sealed the deal for Mercedes, who takes home 3 massive points and advancing forward in this tournament to a very solid spot. Ripley needs to rethink how she attacked this bout, because Mercedes just hit harder and took the dub in the end. We're not done tonight just yet. One final battle. It's our main event of the evening. A great one at that. We round out our IPW Underground affair with Natalya, the television champion. Back-to-back evenings of action for her. Going toe-to-toe with the leader of the division right now, Michelle McCool. Will it be the Queen of Hearts or flawless Michelle McCool victorious? We're about to find out. Natalya.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the undisputed women's television champion, Natalya.
Natalya looking to keep a run of form going. Last night, victorious over Roxanne Perez. And it was a very easy win for her. She just dominated from the get-go. She sits currently in this division with 6 points. She is sat in third. She has the potential to go tied first here tonight. McCool sitting atop of the division, let's be honest, 3 wins, 3 matches.
From Palatka, Florida, Michelle McCool.
And they've been very solid performances from her. That Faith Breaker has just been impactful in the bouts. Destructive offense that's been unmatched. Tonight, who will get the advantage? We are obviously looking forward to McCool versus Henley. But this could be a big time battle, because we've seen Natalya facing Henley in a losing affair. This is our measuring stick, more than anything, for how strong McCool actually is in this tournament. Natalya, a great champion. The only two women's champions, interestingly, in this tournament. Both matching in the same bracket. And when that happens, it does put a massive target on their back. Especially for the likes of Michelle McCool, who's realistically in good steading for a title shot. If this tournament rolls forward in her favor. Natalya now being controlled by McCool, who's, as we know, a great technical wrestler in her own right. Natalya changing the tempo. Just a single leg takedown. Bringing McCool down. And now, this is what we've seen Natalya opt for in this tournament. Just wrenching on that leg of her opponent. Taking away the vertical base. Making it hard for them to fight. As the match goes on. And resistance to that sharpshooter becomes futile. Natalya overpowering McCool in the second tie-up. They tie up for a third time now. Natalya into a side headlock. McCool takes the arm. Applying pressure to the elbow. Joint, realistically, it's being wrenched heavily here. As McCool pushes back further. I'm surprised she hasn't gone to grab the neck there, Natalya, just to apply extra pressure. But an STO, a good second option. Taking Natalya to the mat gives her a bit more chance to strike. But wisely, the Queen of Hearts rolled to the outside. But unwisely, she's rolled straight back into the flurry of offense from McCool, who's running the ropes, bringing the big boot, and just dropping Natalya to the mat. Both women giving it their all. Natalya tries to connect, cannot do so. Does on the second or third try, I should say. Brings McCool down, now applying a headlock, or cravat, I should say. Trying to submit McCool. Not able to do so just yet, but it's still wearing down Michelle. Both women former WWE Women's Champions. Or Divas Champions in McCool's right. Actually, she was both. Tell a lie. As McCool returns to the ring, into the pin she goes. 1. Not even 2 count just yet. The early affair of this match. So close. McCool lining up Natalya here. Grabs her, hold of her. Up. Faith breaker. Imminent. Planted. Down she goes. Pinfall attempt here. Our referee's ass in our face, but we don't care. It's a 2 count. And McCool, you could see that just like shock on her face. Now a little bit of happiness. In the high rent district. Tries to connect, misses. Lands on her butt. And Natalya looking to make her pay. Surfboard stretch inbound. Natalya has her hoisted up. McCool rolling out of it. Can't connect with the boot. Natalya gets back up. Discus lariat connects. Natalya's signature offense landing. And she's now hunting, stalking McCool, steps through and turns it over. The sharpshooter locked in deep. Will McCool tap out here? No. Natalya lets go. Big time axe to the head. Is Natalya confident in her actions? Her boots caught. McCool grabs a hold of her. Hoists her up and just gun stuns her. This is the part of the match we see a different look in McCool as we've seen throughout this entire tournament. She just steps it up. And that Faith Breaker really just comes from out of nowhere. As it stands right now, she's heading up top. Calls Natalya to her feet. Comes through, the crossbody connects. The long, lanky McCool easily able to hit from long range. Natalya trying to connect, can't do so. Drop down. Our referee, Gregathy, gets in the way and stops Natalya's planned offense, but on the improv, Natalya still able to apply pressure, just stretching the back of McCool across her knee. It appears Natalya got busted open. Didn't actually see when that happened in the match, but it's still a pretty bad wound on the kind of center of her temple. Fired up Natalya now, eyeing up McCool. Grabs a hold of her. Pulls it towards the center. Setting her up, the legs are hooked, locked up. Steps over into another sharpshooter. Will McCool tap out? No. Just pushes off Natalya. Staying alive in this match. Natalya, nice German suplex. McCool rolling to the outside. Needing the space. She's been on the receiving end of some heavy punishment, and Natalya unrelenting, following her. Keeping the pressure on. A boot to the back. And McCool's had enough. Never mind, Natalya's not had enough though. What was that? That looked impressive. Natty stomping a mud hole in the chest of McCool. Keeping the pressure on her. The Irish whip reverses. And McCool could potentially be happy to take a count-out victory. Natty not going to allow it. Maybe she takes it. A 6 count. 7. A referee getting closer to 10. McCool slowly makes her way to her feet. Rolls into the ring. Tries to kick. Natalya can't connect. Instead, meets the top turnbuckle. Natalya keeping the pressure on. Exploder into the corner. Into the pin goes Natalya. Trying to win it here. But McCool kicks out. Just in time. Natalya again trying to pin her. And it's an even quicker response from McCool. Natalya caught. McCool to her feet. Sizing up Natalya. Grabs a hold of her. Brings her up. It's time for a second Faith Breaker. Planted. Center of the ring. 1, 2. No. Champion's resiliency. But for how much longer? McCool lining her up for the big boot. Natalya. What's she going for here? Sit out powerbomb. Oh my word. We already mentioned that McCool's tall. Natalya somehow elevating her off her feet. Oh my word, I thought maybe a sharpshooter was inbound. McCool not going to allow it to happen. Instead, gets reversed the Irish whip to the outside. McCool hanging onto the ropes, but she won't stay there for long. Drop kick to the floor. Natalya following. Picks her up. Discus lariat connects. The issue for her is the count's only just started. Natalya picks up McCool, throws her into the ring, realizing she's not going to get a count out. Opting now for a pin maybe. 1, 2. No. McCool resilient. Staying in it, but for how much longer is McCool slowly making her way to her feet? Natalia trying to set her up. I thought maybe it was sharpshooter time. No, it's side Russian leg sweep. This is it. Sharpshooter. Locked in. So close to the ropes. And it is a rope break. McCool stays in it. Natalia, again, a second time, trying to do it. This time rolling her away from the ropes and wrenching back. McCool's forced to tap to the champ. An interesting result. Certainly puts this division really on notice that the television champion is no longer playing games. She's here to win it all. And she now joins McCool and Fallon Henley on 9 points. It's so close at the top. But you have to feel with 4th place now being up for grabs. And everyone else in this division, bar those 3, are sat on 2 or 3 points. Or if you're Lyra Valkyria, on 1 point. It's anyone's game now for the 4th spot. Natalia just is kind of sealing the deal towards the top of the division. And remember, we're still going to get Michelle McCool versus Fallon Henley. So one of them's going to take some points off the other. So that top of the division is going to stay close. As we watch the tap out there.
Here is your winner, Natalia!
A tap out for victory for Natalia. And that ends out tonight's reign of action. We have, though, one final night here in the run to the Showdown this week. We round out week 2 with the opening bout in the Gold League. It's Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan battling it out in our opener. From there, the Teal League full display as round 4 ramps up with Io Sky and Julia. That's about I really wished happened in real life. That would be epic. From there, it's a big one. Jon Moxley takes on Shawn Michaels. Only one can take a dub there. I don't really know who. From there, our main event matchup of the week for week number 2. Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, the Battle of the Bullet Club. Need I say any more than that? It's an instant classic just waiting to happen, and I'm amazed it's never happened. Because both men, well, it was Kenny that betrayed Styles and took the throne of the Bullet Club with him. And that's that. We're going to see who's the better man there, and if Omega can keep the tempo up in that green division. Yes, that's that. And me done for the night. What a great evening of action presented to us. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the call, as always. And with it, I'm going to say goodnight. Hope you enjoy the sun. It is sweltering here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.